And we are off. Thanks for sticking around with us for the technical delay, but we are in with Sharks and MIBR. Sharks debuting a new AWPer, and MIBR looking to return to their stomping ground. What's good, Cole?
It's going to be an exciting one here again. Sharks are going to be eager to use this new player here and try and improve on Inferno specifically. That's been a map that's haunted them in this series, in this head-to-head, and in many closed qualifiers in the past. So they're looking to improve on these results right now out of the gates, and he's going to be sent in for his first duel here, and a greeting card by exit.
Yeah, welcome to MIBR. Welcome to Inferno there, Suplex says. His very first duel will not go his way, but he'll have many more opportunities to prove himself. Togs now inside a pit will be able to deliver an excellent headshot onto drop, as well as the molly. Not really striking true until it spreads. Well, and the headshots come through as well from MIBR. Some clean shooting to get them into that A site. Bomb's going to get planted, and this pistol round looked good.
I mean, I don't know. Not a lot you can do right there in that pit position. That molly spreads late. It completely catches you. DRG and Doc left into one of those trialing A side retakes, going for some pre-fires, but the post plant's just looking far too strong in the current standing. So time ticks against them, and encouragement as no kills comes through might be just to try and save. Doc is looking to hold on to that armor. Ooh. Maybe get some kill reward on his way out. He'll get one, but then done. And MIBR, they close out confidently there.
Yeah, actually some really sick stuff out of MIBR. I thought that molly wasn't going to spread. I thought it went too far to the right, but...
Yeah, I did too. It had a weird late spread. I was impressed that it managed to make its way back over.
Look, man, they got the lineups better than we do. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Don't know why I doubted them.
I like it already. MIBR coming through with some good game plans here for the pistol. And again, giving Suplex a nice greeting to what it's like to be in these close qualifiers. He's made it to a couple open qualifiers. He's made it pretty deep in those, but hasn't quite gotten to this point here. So with this Sharks roster, it's an exciting prospect for him. Again, this is a lot higher of competition than he is used to playing with, at least in terms of the prior roster that he's been rocking with. So it's good news for him. This is a big upgrade, a big opportunity to prove yourself here in the scene, as Sharks usually is here. But while this lurking about is going down, the B side is going to be completely claimed, and the eco is going to be farmed on up. A couple quick kills here wouldn't be bad. That's what they found here, but Insani just in the pit, locking it down. He's on for the ace, but Togs is looking to sneak him by. And no, not gonna happen.
The ace! The sickest ace you've ever seen.
Ace! You did it!
Oh my goodness.
That counts.
That's honestly... I mean, that's gonna be in the AHL TV stats, I'll say that. You know, there are like, aces are actually very few and far between. Which feels weird, you know. They're not the most uncommon things. They're the coolest play in Counter-Strike for sure, but not everyone has an opportunity to put that in the column. I'm sure Insani has more than average in terms of the amount of aces he has in his career, though. We'll give him that.
He's pretty good at the multi-killing. Winning every aim duel.
The clicking on players part of Counter-Strike. That's for darn sure.
He's pretty talented in that department, gotta say. They're only doing a 1B setup right now. They're giving Doc the reign over here, and so far so good. Hasn't been given over too much, baiting out some utility over on the T side, but not getting too aggressive. They have called in for a little bit of extra support here. But, I mean, if you look at the CT side, there's just no utility left here. They've got a Molotov on Doc over towards that B side. Togs has himself a decent little belt, of course, in pit. But outside of that here, they're going to have a hard time holding on to this map control.
You're right. And RDN is just going to play the off angle. He might allow this split to come through, which, who knows? They might not have utility, but they do have players. There goes one, though. What about this pit setup? Togs doing some good work. Does take down safe. DRG also opens up, and MIBR feel the sting. They realize it's a bit of a stacked up site, however, and you can see them trying to go through spawn. We do have DRG trying to assemble onto the chase. As in the meantime, Doc will be able to pick off Brennison. And little time remaining. A good kill, but so much damage dealt by DRG. Doc should just be able to knock over these pins if he has his gun out. And then he does get it. Drops the bomb, and that's the round. Doc gonna clean up with the triple on the B site.
A really good lockdown defense. You place your faith in Doc, and he does not fail you. He's keeping his attention turned every which way right there, especially as his player on the arch side goes down. You know, he is so far removed from any of his teammates on that B side. If he goes down to any sort of lurking endeavor, I mean, largely would just lose his team the round. But instead, he holds his own. He's just the right amount of aggressive. He gives Young Sharks the first year on board. See, they keep that up here. Nice HE tossed in here, but they're not going to respect this utility. Instead, flying right on by. Good flash, but it's only a 1-for-1.
MIBR certainly happy with the DRG. Gonna go for the swing. Very bold. If he drops, very likely round over. But we'll hold the line and get his team the advantage. But I don't think MIBR, are they gonna let that stay for much longer? They don't seem interested. Straight 3v4.
It's a great way to kick things off here. They're going to continue to look to test the waters here, though, on the speed side. So while it is good numbers-wise, again, this consistency in the A setup that they've got going on is going to leave DRG a bit vulnerable. You can see, again, concern for his flank as the utility does rain on in. He might be just left behind the smokes. It's not the worst place to be in, though, at a man advantage here to try and just keep your life. Or not. Flying through the smoke instead.
Oh, turning around the edge of it. He does get spotted. I think he blocked the smoke on the inbound. DRG trying to give himself chances. However, MIBR will cross, and wisely. Does he feel like playing his life here? It does seem like it, but he's also just bought enough time for everyone on Sharks to assemble themselves into spawn. Smoke blooms and drop falls. This is gonna get awkward, and Insani has to make a play. Forced forward, will play inside of the smoke, combining with Safe. Making this such a volatile retake. Insani, can he find this kill onto DRG? Safe will do it instead. And that leaves a 2 versus 3. Both players from backhaul. No smoke, though, for the defuse. They have to swing for these fights for Sharks. And as Safe falls, it leaves it to Insani. They think he's Banana, though. He stops the defuse and gets a double. Is there time? There isn't. Insani pulls it out of the hat. A 1v3.
Oh, I mean, we said it. Very good. I was wondering what exactly Insani was waiting for. I thought maybe he would hold the line with his teammate, but no. Complete trickery right there, as you are so concerned about the possibility of him still being on Banana. So Insani waits before he finally completes the job, and such a smart clutch right there coming through from both MIBR players. One to fight forward, one to hang back there and cause that concern. And they completely blindside Sharks. They did not expect that sort of play there. And Insani showing up and delivering big time here. It's going to lead them into a force buy on the CT side. No survivors for the T side in that last round, so they know that they're on a close opportunity to collapse that economy. But it does put all the pressure on this swing round here.
And already the utility belt for Sharks run dry. MIBR, they play this such slow grind of an Inferno. They're going to let the CT side have control, but Togs is going to push forward instead, but he can't get the kill. Unthinkable.
Oh. That's just heartbreaking right there. It was such an insane play. You would have thought it only could have worked. Drop would have never expected that sort of move right there. But ends up blowing up in their face here. Drop finally introduces himself onto the server. His first kill of this map so far. As we said, one of those players that has been more and more of a win condition here for MIBR. But look at this. Another rotate off of the A site as soon as they start taking brackets control, and a moto smoke in to cut him off. This is brutal here from MIBR.
Yeah, I mean, Suplex's best course of action is to run through the smoke to try and help RDN, who's getting wall-banged already and prompted the swing. It's time to save for Sharks, as while the time does run low, MIBR uses every second to their advantage. This is going to be a 4th round.
Just a clinic. Like you said, I mean, these slow burns of a round here, that is exactly how you want to be playing out Inferno. They put it on full display. Getting that utility out. Working the map to full effect here. Every avenue. There's not a lot you can do when that utility's training here. And I think Exit was firing at Doc, but instead takes out both of them. DRG drops as well. And there's only one rifle going to be saved here. It's the new guy on the block. Suplex to hold on. But MIBR stampeding in the early game.
And that's what we're going to see, I think, a lot out of this MIBR Inferno, is just playing every round as calculated as possible. You know, this is an EU team. They have patience about them, it almost seems. I mean, I think there was an interview once upon a time as Suplex does go down for the banana swing, and plenty more where that came from. They focus on playing European Counter-Strike. This MIBR team. Brennison's gonna get funny with it, but I think he just spots the 2 remaining players, which is... He's gonna call in the MAC-10 here for drop. In fact, guys, we gotta go play the market. Oh, man. As soon as I start talking, as soon as I start saying anything, Cole, what's going on?
Now they clear Exit. Is it happening? Oh, he spotted.
Oh boy, it's now a 2 versus 2. They're gonna go for this. Do you think?
Nah,
Do you
I don't
think
so.
Oh, sadness. I wish there would be a punish for this over-aggression.
Yeah, I do too. I'm with you, but it does make a lot of sense. DRG has no health, and Togs, you know, it's 2 rifle save. You did your damage, you did your work, so hey, take what you can get. But yeah, I mean, you spend so much time in Europe here if you're MIBR, right? I mean, they spent most of the second half of 2023 in EU boot camping. Came back for a couple of South American qualifiers here or there, but I mean, they even mentioned it. We talked with Safe a little bit, or at least I did at one point, and he said, like, you know, the furthest, or like the longest time that he's been consistently away from home, putting in a lot of work with this squad. Talked about kind of adjusting in, and I felt like, again, when you talk about getting players prepared for a new team here, when Drop and Safe are relatively new to this roster, I think that sort of experience out of the gate really gave them a high floor. So it's good to see, even if they get a little crazy in that last round, hunted some eeks, that they still hold that style on the important gun rounds here.
I think we're gonna need it from MIBR as well, as Suplex has picked up his first AWP of the map to really see the reason why he's on this team for Sharks. But again, here's the slow burn. It's an apartments default for MIBR. With the bomb in tow, this does feel like a one-way street. See if MIBR think otherwise. Putting a lot of pressure, and that's Brennison with the kill. The swing from Doc, no good. But now the apartments pop is coming through. Togs inside a pit will be able to deliver on his fight. Suplex as well, trying to get the repositions through. Togs will be forced away by the molly. As Safe picks up kill, it's just fragging all across the map, and somehow it is a 2 versus 2.
Oh my god.
As the dust begins to settle, Safe gonna walk through the smoke, though when Suplex was watching it. This leaves it up to Exit. What does he got for his team?
What is the op? Oh, gonna take a shot here. And make the long rotation in towards B. He doesn't know that there isn't anyone on the site, though. He's gonna have to take that risk, and he's taking his time here, so now the cross is covered by Suplex here.
Hold on. Oh, what? Oh, God! How did it... Messed up the movement, but Suplex couldn't hit the shot, so we have a 1v2 post-play.
Oh, boy, here he's already repositioning as well. Taking some control towards backhaul. He's aware of this possibility of the flank, but I think he's gonna get caught on the timing.
Oh, yeah, couldn't flick over in time. I think he had a chance to see the shoulder, just didn't register, though. I mean, the fact that he even made it across and to even attempt the clutch shouldn't have happened. So it'll be the second round here for Sharks.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, they will close out there. Gather themselves a second. I mean, good work from Suplex. The awareness onto Safe was so impressive. I thought Safe had to jump on him for sure. As if you're on the Shark side of things, you want to just quickly rotate, maybe try and cut off that bomb, because you think that it is, after your only B player goes down, going to be a B-side play, but he was prepared, he was aware, and he got the kills he needed to, even if he missed a little awkward shot here. You can shake that off knowing that you had a lot of impact in that round.
The cool stuff on the awareness from Suplex kind of got unraveled by, well...
Yeah, maybe he was holding for the, like, jump peak right there, but he missed his jump, so he threw his aim off.
Some say you just gotta hit those, to be fair.
True.
Brennan, wow, walking through the smoke. Bold stuff. No one's on the other side for Sharks. Now, Suplex might get his first real chance here. Especially from Boiler, but feeling the pressure with flashbangs coming through. He's gonna reestablish himself on the angle, and he hits the headshot through the wall! Alright, that's why they pay the big bucks.
Oh my god. Beautiful shot right there to kick it off into a 4v5.
Look what Doc is up to! He was out towards sandbags, and he just got 2 kills!
Oh.
2 players weren't looking at him!
They didn't clear it. Oopsie. MIBR learned a couple of quick lessons here, and they're gonna have their chance to stew on it now. As doesn't look like there's a lot of initiative out of the remaining here. Insani and Drop not gonna be going any further forward here. And there you go, one op shot to rattle off there, and Doc, who has been ever present, ever aggressive here. Him and DRG constantly pressuring the top of car, top of banana. And going even further, they're flying down.
I just went to go take like a peek at the minimap, and I just see Doc is in the corner at sandbags with 2 people in front of him. Like, how does he even get himself into that position, or how was he not cleared? I mean, there's a variety of ways that could happen where, you walk through your own banana smoke over towards the edge of it, but that is just something obscene. MIBR are on the back foot now. Like, Sharks could actually get into this one.
A little peek from RD inside. He's not giving it the full effort here, but you got Suplex on the other side of things here. Peeking down middle. Looking to get a bit aggressive with that AWP here, building up some confidence. As he debuts here with Sharks. Really hitting some big openers for his squad. Again, they need a difference maker, especially here on Inferno. That could very well be his op.
We'll see just a little pressure dropped in from Insani, but the main push coming through from Banana. Doc, top B. And he does get the spot, and for little cost as well. He'll just back away, scoop up the smoke. 50 seconds here for MIBR.
There's time here. Smoke goes down.
I think they're going through.
Got to.
They are definitely going through. They've got to go through. And they're going into the meat grinder here. DRG with the triple, making it a quad. On for the ace, and there he's got it. All 5 fall for MIBR. DRG, the buzzsaw.
Man, instant headshots just rolling off the assembly line right there. This B-hold on lockdown. Not a chance to get past them right there. They try and chase on in through the smoke, but you can see how easy it is right there for DRG. Avoids the utility, avoids the flashes, and just gets away with some freebie, some sharp shooting. Makes that B site look easy. And by no means when you're up against MIBR is it. So that more impressive here as they take some fights towards second mid. Now they're looking to really seal this one on in. Looking to take the fight forward, give them no space.
Oh, clean shooting from everyone on Sharks right now. Togs, instant readjustment. And this round is dead in the water. All things said. Sharks looking scary, that's for sure. When DRG is the player who's just laser beaming the whole team. Like, Doc is playing, you know, the usual Counter-Strike, but when other players begin to step up, really terrifying prospect here for MIBR. Insani, typically good for one, and there it is. But it'll be difficult to go for the other 4 on this one. As he'll fall to RDN. It's equals now, as Sharks have taken initiative.
Yeah, kind of grabbed a hold of the economy here, building up a lot of momentum. I love the fact that they get so aggressive on the eco there, just kind of make sure that MIBR feel a little bit of heat. They feel a little bit of pressure on the way that they're taking this map control, because I do think it's a strong suit throughout the early part of this game so far. They've been very effective at taking ground, controlling apartments, being able to pressure Banana, but you know, again, if you have some really strong players show up here, if you have DRG and Doc combining forces on B, so that's not much of an option. So you're gonna have to try and challenge, you know, players like Suplex and Togs over towards this A side. It's not gonna be an easy task here. I think MIBR kind of taking that time to discuss what exactly they want to do to, you know, find their footing once again on this T side and go back to what's worked here, these pretty slow defaults. But at this point, with Sharks picking up that momentum, are they going to be afforded, you know, that the ability to take that control without meeting much resistance?
I mean, that's for one thing. MIBR certainly not going to roll over, but Sharks continue to stay aggressive. And it was safe to break the smoke and get eyes onto RDN. Will fall early. A little bit of a misstep there, not considering that plan of approach.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, they're not going to roll over here. They're not going to give you that ability to take that control, aggress forward. So they do come at a pricey cost of a man advantage here. Still 3 players on this A side, and it looks a little bit quicker from MIBR on the pace.
However, the bomb is not committed on this play. So MIBR, despite having 4 players gravitating towards A, are still keeping their options open. They're leaving Suplex alone with that AWP on B. But now the bomb begins to move over. This gets worrying.
It does. I mean, again, you can see the little slight concern here in Suplex. The back of his mind, he's thinking, you got to be careful of this flank, but it's not going to be challenged there. Instead, it's right back to that A side, and again, it's a triangulated setup, and now you got to go through a smoke.
Look at the utility belts that still remain. DRG still has a molly, a good nade to break it open, though, and Doc, he just gets wallbanged straight up. DRG has to manufacture another round. He can't.
God.
Brennison breaks it open as MIBR tear the side apart.
I mean, I'll be honest, it is a complete shock that looked that easy. MIBR steamroll their way towards that A side. A challenging defense to break on through here. Suplex? Wait a second.
No. Wait, he's...
This would be a fun way to kick off. First
There's
map.
one player on the bomb. There's
He's
one
not
player on the
leaving.
bomb. He still needs to shift walk here. Oh, exits found him.
God.
So close, and he'll stare him down for exit. What are you up to? Nothing to lose. I mean, respect on that. So I make 6 to 5.
I mean, exit. He knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two. So someone's hurt exit before, whether it be in his face at Pugs or in the officials. So he ain't leaving. He's planting his feet and make sure that he can close that round out there. Suplex, it's no harm either. Still op afforded for the last round of half. I like that idea that he gives it a try, makes it fun. And it could have been an extra round if exit wasn't so dang diligent. We got Doc, who's ever present on this B side, always aggressing. A lot of utility. Hellfire on Banana as is usual here. Exit gonna fly to the smoke. Flashbang's good. And he's not caught here. Counter flashes do come through, but exit at least rather safe. Straight through the smoke is the one to trade.
Yeah, some spam helping out. Nade to chase them down. No, we'll just bank off the wall. Now, Suplex, though, is holding the angle. And Insani thought he had something extra. Not today. Advantage handed back to Sharks.
That's a nice pickup here. Suplex not been called upon a lot here, but in a position where he's found a couple opening duels here, and when he's given the opportunity just a contact walk, he makes sure to nail Insani, a heavy hitter to the wall here. Extra rotate as well involved on this B side is not going to make it easy. 2 flashes that he can help out DRG as well.
However, MIBR are strong fraggers in their own right. There'll be a flashbang dropped into pool. RDN looking just to push through off his teammate's contact. As there he goes, and he gets his one. Drop a little slow on the trade. A nade will strike true, but it's not the killing blow, and, I mean, time will beckon him forward. DRG is going to be able to pick it up. It is 6-all between Sharks and MIBR.
And if I met you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? Come and meet me in the middle, babe, and I give you all of my heart. And if I met you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? 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 Your love. Come and meet me in the middle, babe, and I give you all of my heart. And if I meet you in the middle, babe, would you give me all your love? Could you give me
And so we are back aboard. 6-all at the half. Sharks with a nice little comeback after being down 5-2. So we are into the swing of things. Still showing to be a really powerful opponent. DRG locked down on the B site, but they have to do it on the T side now.
Got some of those big win conditions already flaring up. You got a good game out of Doc and DRG. That's good news. We'll see if they can do it on the T side as well here. Aggression in towards apartments. Perfectly played out. Drop. Body shot bandit. Will do just nicely. He's traded though. That's a quick play in towards his A side.
Insani, though, making his way through Boiler. Could be a surprise, but Suplex does have eyes on the back of his head and was able to land the headshot as well. 3-on-3 into the post.
And a tough setup right there. Sharks are able to bypass it. They still have some success on this A side. They got a post plant to activate on here. Time ticking against him. And most of all, there is no kit here for the CT side to work with, so it is going to be pressure. They need to get a move on in now.
Yeah, that extra 5 seconds is going to cost a lot in mini pit as well, with great headshots coming through from DRG. The great game continues as Sharks pick up the pistol.
Nicely done right there. Good presence of mind as well from Suplex, watching that flank, making sure that round gets nice and capitalized on. And we've got MIBR hitting a bit of a bumpy road here on Inferno. The past, this map has been, you know, the kind of staple here in this series between these two teams. MIBR have been so solid at just shutting out Sharks on this map in particular. Might not be the case here.
And that round seems just so wild to me. Here, Cole. That was a 3 versus 5. The whole apartment's prong goes absolutely wrong. But rotates just not fast enough. Yeah, especially with Insani just getting picked off with that kind of quickness. So, still a dangerous round here coming through from MIBR. They still somehow get a wealth of utility to actually play this one out. And a 3-man B setup? Well, that nade's also on the money. That's going to soften him up for these pistols. Brenna's in. His Desert Eagle doesn't really need headshots. He'll get the body shots onto DRG, but Doc swinging forward with Suplex. And the setup falls apart. It looked good to start, but not today.
So much damage done right there, but some of those shots just not connecting with the pistols. Really good flashes coming through from Sharks. Make that defense really difficult here. And even having to come through despite there being a smoke down, despite there being some HEs landed on top of them, they still managed to break on past here. Again, that thorn in their side for MIBR. Doc, who consistently is just plucking away. Delivers some big impact here. They've got 8. They deal with the force buy. They can even build upon this a little bit more.
Terrorists win.
At what point do you start to worry for MIBR? Look, this is not the first time this team has had trouble in these closed qualifiers as well in South America. I'm trying to remember which Challenger event it was, but I believe it was. It might have been Jönköping back in November.
Yeah, it was a 2023 Jönköping.
Yeah, 2023's Jönköping closed qualifier. They had some hiccups. Of course, this team was able to run the lower bracket to get themselves into the actual event, and then proceed to deal some damage, making it to playoffs in that one. But I believe they came close. I believe they suffered a loss to. Man, I'm trying to go back. This is like 6 months ago. I'll get you that. I'll get you that result really quickly.
Keep digging.
I'll dig.
Right
We
now
got a little bit of an eco round. This is kind of the round to do it.
Yeah. You're just gonna hear the clicking and clacking away here.
Oh, the irony, Cole. The absolute irony, because guess who they lost to?
Was it Sharks?
Of course it was Sharks.
They got sent to the lower bracket, and then this head-to-head has been played out in ESL events or closed qualifiers so far 4 times. Recently, so in like the last 5 or 6 months or so. And then of course they had a Challenger League up against each other, so these teams just can't find a way to stop playing each other. But MIBR have always come out on top in the end.
Yeah, I mean, it is very funny because they got absolutely bodied that 2-0 in the grand final to qualify for Jönköping. So, at least Sharks did.
Yeah, right. Put that smoke
But different lineup. That was also one of the very first tournaments of CS2, by the way. So, some cool stuff. At least the closed qualifier was like very early days. I think that might have been actually one of our first CS2 casts.
I think my first CS2 cast was Sydney. I am Sydney qualifiers.
Gotcha.
That was October 20th. It hasn't been that long, but it feels like it's been forever. You know?
Yeah.
It's just flown by.
I mean, it's actually 7 months ago. That's crazy.
We're 4 months into 2024, guys, so strap in. Time flies by when you're having fun. MIBR not having too much fun right now. They gotta stabilize here. They gotta find their solutions quickly. They got an op in safe hands on the CT side of Inferno. All the tools they could ask for. A lot of utility in their pockets right now. So that's not the big problem here for this buy. The big problem, I would say, is that they don't have a lot of room for error on this defense anymore. They got to make sure that they're sharp as ever.
Flying through the smoke. DRG is going to put on the pressure to save. They are hot on his heels right now. But Insani does have the backup. But he's quickly traded out. Doc brute forces his way through the entire A site. It's open here for Sharks. They'll get the plant.
Well, there's definitely not room for you to rip to shreds by Doc right there. Absolutely fierce. Flying through so many separate smokes, flying through all the setups. And it is going to be an instant save call. Immediately. No chance to get involved here on this one. They've been sidelined. They've been eliminated here. Doc with the aggression here. Suplex as well. A couple big T-side entries have been coming through from his department. And that'll be that. 3 players on A evaporate.
Doc just hit him with a pipe wrench right there. He continues going. Brennison is not safe right now. This is not only going to be double digits. Sharks will exercise some discipline and not continue the hunt. But MIBR are feeling devastated right now because Sharks are... The individuals just showing up right now.
I thought they are. They got a timeout called here. Out of the gates. Feeling the heat. This is what we were talking about, man. You can tell how much impact Doc brings to the squad. If he's hitting it, if he's playing good in any fashion, you know those are going to be high-value kills. That are going to set the tone. And that's exactly what he's been putting on display. I mean, 1 kill on that sort of setup is a lot. It kind of breaks it down, but finding that second... Just blasting safe out of the server. When he finally gets his op on the defense. He finally is like, hey guys, I've got my tools. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to deliver. And you just get sidelined. It is very frustrating.
I mean, it's Shark's most impactful player. By far. The multi-kills, the headshots he provides. Again, the bottomless talent pool of Sharks. And Kochi.
I mean, the fearlessness, most of all.
Look at this!
For better or for worse. This time for worse. He does go down. Brennison able to handle the pressure.
Safe now. On the line. Not going to miss this one. And DRG.
Oh boy, he's
kept
alone.
that bay by the molly. But you're right. He lost drop over there towards Boiler. A massive migration here from MIBR. There's still Counter-Strike to be played.
I'm feeling fortunate, for now at least, that they stabilized. That they slowed down the aggression here, because if, you know, Safe did get overwhelmed on that A side. If there was that a little bit more proactivity from Sharks, they very well could have capitalized. Instead, they got to play a man down. A little
Smoke's
late
faded.
boost.
And they're contact walking as well. Safe has got to be prepared. There's a wide swing imminent. Always use the barrel, though. He'll get that. Bomb gets sent flying forward. There's a boost, and should be safe, as exit will send them out of this round. MIBR will stabilize.
Needed that one there. Safe, able to deliver with a little bit of impact. Laying in those tripwire shots at apartments. Disrupting that setup immediately, and then buying enough time to where he can actually hold down that A side before things get a little too out of control. Good news, a good step up here from an important player on MIBR. It's gonna allow them to breathe a sigh of relief for now. Big kicker for me was that Doc was out of that round early. This time he's gonna make sure that that problem player of last round is out. It is a bombardment of utility. I'm so glad we got to see that from the perspective of exit, watching his teammate just get removed.
Oh no. This is horrible timing. Horrible timing. Everything's going wrong right now. The nade stack, then pulling pins. And now caught on awkward angles here. Down players and HP. Tough scenes here for MIBR if they want to recover.
Man.
It's all exit. It is all exit on the site. DRG will just send himself in.
What?
He was the bait, but he just double takes him with the Glock.
No way. Absolutely no way. He was just supposed to die. Find out where the last player on B was. And he just blasts the entry like that. You actually are just pounding your desk at that point. What else can you do? When you're getting dealt with like that. And save a little bit of an awkward timing. He should still be okay. Either way, walks into his crosshair. He'll take it. But my god. It just feels like Sharks can't lose an aim duel.
Terrorists win.
I mean, on the flip side, it feels like MIBR have also gone cold. I mean, the problems as well in top mid, just no one has their gun out. Like, Drop is on a pristine angle for the easy kill, but he has a smoke in his hand. He goes down to 5 HP. He survives, which is nice to say, but that could have just been an easy kill back. There are some missed opportunities here from MIBR. They're going to try and fashion one themselves with the triple B setup. There's another nade stack from poor old Brennison. Not a fun day. He'll swing forward and just get headshotted by Doc.
Oh my god!
What has just gone down at bottom B? Doc gets another. It just leaves Insani. And, oh, he's been spotted. Doc somehow staying alive. And he's going to continue trying for this entry. There's it extinguished. He wants to win this round now. And he'll instantly be traded by DRG. We're looking at map point for Sharks.
My god. Unstoppable here, but there's an HE
Okay.
that finally puts them to rest. DRG out of the server for a little while. Guardian's out trying to find a way to plant the bomb. Finally punching in those numbers. He's gonna fly
Running
through the
through!
flames. Drop going all in here. But it puts it into a 1v1 for Togs.
And Safe, he has to be silent about his approach. He has the AWP, and he generally knows where Togs is playing from. But this reposition and the silence. Does Togs make the read? Spidey senses are certainly tingling. He understands where he could be safe. Looking to go up top. He has to make noise, though, and Togs looks above him, strikes from below, and it's map point for Sharks.
My god. This is absolutely surreal. Watching Doc just crack it open. I mean, again, as we mentioned here, you know, in 2024, in the one map that we got in the head-to-head between Sharks and MIBR, the one map that they were able to win was when Doc just took over the game here in the T side. He was able to find entry after entry. And look what he's doing again on this B side, man. Cracking it open. Not one, but two. These double entries that he's so capable of finding. That's what I feel like is the big kicker here. He never stops at one entry. He's always good for that second. And even his death gets immediately traded. The impact that he's having right now in this game. DRG being the one to stand behind him and find those trades. This duo playing so well off of each other. And MIBR on their own map pick find themselves 5 rounds down. Sharks with 5 chances. I mean, this is the first time this team was able to get double digits on this map. So it's just a beautiful turnaround for the squad.
Not necessarily Suplex, it's just the whole server is alight right now for Sharks, as there's a quick 2 for 1. Top mid, Insani just got wrecked. Got domed by RDN and Doc. With the trade back. MIBR playing from the deficit again.
How's it play a man down? Not completely out though here. The HP advantage firmly in MIBR's favor. There's a couple players low, at least, that you have to work with. And now I feel like for Sharks it's all about identifying the right bomb site here, the right site to hit in this sort of situation. Bird is in with utility to buy a lot of time as well. This is very valuable.
Jiggle peeks. Here comes a wide swing. And there's a smoke. Brenison will preserve his life for the moment. That might just be temporary.
Got a molly still. Still got a Molotov to throw in here once he feels that execute coming through. That's going to be thrown just now. 20 seconds left on the clock. I think that molly's good, but it's not going to be good enough to buy enough time to completely close this round. He's still going to land some kills to back it up, and he does it instantly. But he can't get out.
No, he got stuck. He got stuck on the flower pot. Oh my goodness. Doc quick scopes him out of it. Are you serious? Oh, there's a tiny flower pot where he was just standing. He got stuck on it.
Oh,
that might cost MIBR this map. There has to be an insane retake. There's no kids, there's no utility. Brute force frags needed. Doc, he's showing his stuff with the AWP. He's gonna put together a quad kill to end it. And a mishap from MIBR leads to a 13-7 on their map pick.
I mean, Doc can just do it all right there. He can op, he can entry, whatever you give him here, he can close out in that dang flower pot. Like you said, it just makes it so they can't escape, man. And another big victory here. Sharks able...